Hegseth, President-elect Trump's controversial pick for Secretary of Defense, was on Capitol Hill tonight to shore up support ahead of what's expected to be a contentious confirmation hearing in the Senate. Hegseth and his wife met with around a dozen Republican lawmakers. He's accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 2017, something that reportedly did not come up in his meeting with Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville or other lawmakers. Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis reportedly dismissed concerns over Hegseth's alleged misconduct, saying that soldiers can be, quote, wild childs. But senators on both sides of the aisle have indicated they'd like to question Hegseth about the allegation. And that was before two new pieces of reporting from over the long holiday weekend raised further questions. The headline in the New York Times, Pete Hegseth's mother accused her son of mistreating women for years. And in the New Yorker, Pete Hegseth's secret history. A whistleblower report and other documents suggest that Trump's nominee to run the Pentagon was forced out of previous leadership positions for financial management, sexist behavior, and being repeatedly intoxicated on the job. The author of that piece in The New Yorker, Jane Mayer, joins me now. It's a fascinating article and incredibly well-researched. Can you just walk us through, sort of the crux of it? For example, you report on an email you say was sent to Hegseth's successor at Concerned Veterans for America, and it reads in part, quote, among the staff, the disgust for Pete was pretty high. Most veterans do not think he represents them nor their high standard of excellence. Talk a little bit about what happened at these two organizations.
Well, in both of these organizations, they're nonprofits that Pete Hegseth was the leader of, and both of them eventually took control away from him. They pushed him out. The first one was called Vets for Freedom, and actually it was a CNN contributor, Margaret Hoover, who was an advisor to the group and went on CNN and talked about this a little while ago.
Yeah,
and she said that basically, that they felt that he couldn't manage this organization. And it's an organization of just between 5 and 10 people with a budget of between $5 and $10 million. So, what she wondered was how on earth is he going to be able to manage the Pentagon with an organization that has a budget of something like between, $750 billion. And he was pushed out in that organization, the first one, because of financial mismanagement. He ran it right to the edge of bankruptcy and had to beg for more money from the donors. They couldn't pay the creditors. And, it was just a financial mess. And eventually they took control away from him. The next organization was Concerned Veterans for America, and he ran into an awful lot of other very serious problems there, too, which I think anybody who reads this piece and who read this whistleblower report would find really concerning. The behavior described by the people that he worked with really was the kind of behavior that would get anybody fired in almost any office in America. Just near constant allegations of drunkenness, him being blackout drunk, having to be carried to his hotel room. There was sort of a whistle-top tour that they were on. He was described as, offensive, abusive, had to be just taken off the stage of a strip club and stopped from dancing with the women in it, and he'd taken his team to this strip club.
Was that the bar
where
he was
restrain him?
Allegedly yelling about killing Muslims?
No, this is the thing. This report is so detailed, and it's a different bar, and and that was actually a different document that documents that. There was a letter from one of the people that he worked with who sent it to the management saying he was really horrified by what he described as the quote-unquote despicable behavior, which was Pete Hegseth closing down a bar at 2:30 in the morning in Ohio, chanting, "Kill all Muslims, kill all Muslims," which again, of course, is concerning for someone who might run the Pentagon.
Do you know if the Trump team knew of the concern within the veterans community, or did they know, about his track record at these two organizations?
Well, the lawyer for Pete Hegseth, who had 2 days to respond to the allegations in this story, and who did not deny a single one of them, said he was conferring with the transition, the Trump transition. So presumably they do know now, but they certainly did not know about the rape allegation against him, and they also didn't know that he had paid off a woman who had accused him of raping her, and then secretly done it in secret because it was covered up by a non-disclosure agreement.
Jane Mayer, it's an eye-opening article. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me on.